When I approach somebody to talk to them, just like I talked to them previously before, 3 different times, 3 different occasions, right? And I was never aggressive. Their security pinned me down and I got hit. For people to be like, oh, so this person was telling the truth. No, because I never got hit in my head 15, 20 times. I got hit one time and I got pinned down from the beginning to the end. From security that was not my security. So for 5 years, 6 years, two women, including you, have been trolling me, talking about Muhammad Ali, like you this big bad wolf. And then when I finally see you in person and you don't have security and you don't have somebody putting the gas behind you, you act like you in a wheelchair. For 5 years, it was the not jokes. For 5 years, it was taunting my best friend for no reason. Even when my friend wasn't even bothering you, you kept.
No one's talking about this, cousins. But maybe they should be. Because behind the glitter, the champagne, and the flashing cameras of the 2018 Harper's Bazaar Icons Party, something dark and chaotic happened. Tonight, we're diving into the night that turned a fashion celebration into a full-blown hip-hop battlefield. And trust me, you'll want to watch this clip until the very end, because what really went down between Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and Ra Ali has layers that the public never truly saw.
And on top of that, I don't care what it is. Your security, no, your friend's security and you attacked me. Y'all grabbed me. No, the security grabbed me and you attacked me. And if you thought I was gonna let that shit fly, you out of your fucking mind. Like I can't die on this earth. I can't live and die knowing that somebody put their hands on me and I never did nothing back. Like, bitch, I'm from the Bronx, you from the Bronx. You know what's up.
It was supposed to be an elegant evening. Designers, A-listers, and megastars walking the same carpet. Cardi B had just welcomed her daughter, Culture, a few months earlier. Nicki Minaj, on the other hand, was in the middle of her Queen album rollout. The tension between the two was already brewing online. Cryptic tweets, subtle lyrics, shady likes. But that night, everything came to a boil. According to Cardi B's own words, she didn't come to fight, she came to talk. In an emotional Instagram post after the event, Cardi wrote that she wanted to confront Nicki like a woman, to ask why Nicki's team kept spreading rumors questioning her skills as a mother. But somewhere between intention and reality, things exploded. Eyewitnesses say Cardi approached Nicki's table with controlled energy, head held high, voice firm. People nearby recall seeing Nicki's security shift their stance, forming a loose barrier. One source told Variety, "You could feel the energy flip in that room. 1 second it was classy, next it was chaos. In seconds, everything unraveled." Cardi claimed that one of Nicki's guards pinned her down, forcing her back. That's when Ra Ali, Nicki's close friend and former Love hip-hop star, allegedly stepped in and attacked her. Cardi later said, "That's how I got that knot on my forehead." She posted a photo leaving the party barefoot, dress torn, makeup smeared, but still fiery. Nicki's version, however, couldn't have been more different. Sources from her camp painted a picture of Cardi charging first, shouting across the room, lunging toward Nicki before security grabbed her. They said Cardi's red stiletto went flying through the air. Some say it nearly hit Minaj's head. Others claim it landed nowhere close. That heel became the symbol of the night. One shoe, one scar, one global headline. But even then, something didn't add up. Reporters noted that Cardi's bump looked more like an elbow injury than a fist hit. Fans began asking if security really held her back. How did Ra Ali get so close? Was someone letting her through? One blurry video clip seemed to show Ali reaching over the crowd, though to this day, the footage remains inconclusive. Nicki finally broke her silence days later on her Queen radio show. Her tone was cold, almost surgical. "Ra really beat Cardi's ass," she said. The words sent shockwaves through social media. The phrase really trended for 2 days straight. Barbs celebrated while Barty Gang called it propaganda. The feud had officially crossed from lyrical to physical, and neither side wanted to back down. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered that the altercation wasn't spontaneous. According to a stylist who attended, tensions had been building for weeks leading up to the party. She claimed that Cardi's team had heard whispers that Nicki's crew planned to make her look small in front of the fashion elite. It was never going to end quietly, the stylist said. Too many egos, too much bad blood. In the aftermath, publications like Page Six and TMZ ran conflicting timelines. Some claimed Ra Ali never touched Cardi. Others swore they saw her swing. No police reports were filed, but that didn't stop the internet from acting as judge and jury. Every frame of footage was slowed down, analyzed, and dissected. Still, no one could agree on one simple question. Who actually hit who first? Cardi went silent for a few days after posting her statement, while Nicki doubled down, mocking Cardi's tantrums and love for sympathy. For fans, it wasn't just about two rappers anymore. It became a cultural war between fan bases, identities, and power in hip-hop. The Barbs and the Barty gang flooded timelines with memes, threats, and theories. And here's where it gets even more chilling, because sources close to both camps claim there was a second confrontation after that night, one that never made headlines. Allegedly, 2 weeks later at a private industry dinner, both artists were scheduled to attend, and Cardi's security requested to see the guest list before agreeing to let her inside. When they saw Nicki's name, Cardi reportedly turned her car around. That was the end of 2018, but not the end of the feud. Years later, in August 2025, Cardi dropped a bombshell in a live stream. She said she ran into Ra Ali again, this time at an airport in Cannes, and threw a speaker at her as payback. The internet thought it was a joke until Ra Ali herself responded, saying, "That woman ain't hit me with nothing." So what really happened that night? And what did that supposed rematch mean? Because insiders are now suggesting that what started as a fight over words might have been part of something far more orchestrated. And cousins, what we're about to uncover next might change how you remember the entire Harper's Bazaar incident. Cousins. Here's where things take a dark and unsettling turn, because what the world saw that night in 2018 might have only been half the story. And what's come out since 2025 has fans questioning everything. In the months following the Harper's Bazaar chaos, quiet whispers began circulating around fashion and entertainment circles. A former event staffer anonymously told the Daily Beast that the fight wasn't spontaneous at all, it was triggered. According to this insider, a member of Nicki's team had allegedly baited Cardi with a comment about her daughter moments before she approached the table. It was loud enough for Cardi to hear, the source said. That's when she lost it. But if that's true, why was none of that captured on camera? Another witness claims that Harper's security was told to immediately shut down filming once the altercation began. Several attendees were asked to delete footage off their phones. Some said security was working under direct instruction from the event organizers to protect reputations. That only made the rumors stronger. Was someone powerful pulling strings behind the scenes? Then, leaked text messages allegedly from a stylist in Nicki's circle hit the internet. They hinted that Ra Ali was told to stand close, just in case anything popped off. Fans pieced it together like detectives, comparing timestamps, matching outfits, tracing movements. It started looking less like a random confrontation and more like a setup waiting to happen. Cardi's team never confirmed these leaks, but her silence spoke volumes. In one of her rare interviews that year, she said, "When you got fame, people will push you to the edge. I ain't no angel, but I'm not crazy either." That line alone sent fans spiraling into speculation. Who was really pushing her that night? Meanwhile, Nicki kept the narrative alive on Queen Radio. In one infamous episode, she played a soundbite she claimed was proof that Cardi started it. A muffled clip of someone yelling, "Talk about my kid again." Listeners couldn't tell if it was Cardi's voice or someone else's. Audio experts later said the clip had been edited, but by then, the damage was done. The internet had picked sides all over again. Fast forward to 2020, Ra Ali finally broke her silence on Hollywood Unlocked. She insisted she never ambushed Cardi and that she only defended herself when provoked. But even Jason Lee, the host, seemed skeptical, pressing her about inconsistencies in her story. Viewers noted that Ra's tone shifted when asked about the security footage. as if she knew more than she wanted to say. By 2023, conspiracy theories were everywhere. Some fans believed Harper's Bazaar executives were pressured to suppress all footage to avoid embarrassment to the luxury brands sponsoring the event. One anonymous PR rep even claimed, "You don't mess with Vogue's image like that." They buried everything that could tarnish it. The idea that one of hip-hop's biggest brawls had been partially erased made the whole thing feel eerie, like the industry was hiding the truth. But just when fans thought the story was fading away, Cardi reignited it herself in that viral 2025 live stream. She told over 200,000 viewers, "I saw Raw again and I handled it." The internet went into meltdown. Clips of Cardi allegedly throwing a small speaker at a woman in Cannes started circulating online, though none confirmed it was Raw. "It was payback," one fan tweeted. "She's been waiting 7 years." Raw Ali's response came hours later, dripping with sarcasm. "Ain't nobody hit me with no speaker," she wrote on X. But insiders claim Raw's camp quietly reached out to media outlets asking them not to run with the story. So why the silence if it wasn't true? That's what fans keep asking. Meanwhile, a TMZ source revealed something even stranger. That Cardi and Nicki's teams were actually negotiating to appear at the same charity gala that summer in Monaco. But the deal fell apart days after the Cannes incident. Coincidence? Or did that confrontation behind the scenes derail another possible reconciliation? Even Whack 100, known for stirring the pot, weighed in. He posted, "That Harper's Bazaar situation wasn't no accident. That was years of bad blood bubbling up. People in the room know the real play." He deleted the post minutes later, but screenshots live forever. Cousins, the deeper you dig, the less sense this all makes. The more you connect the dots, from 2018's fight to 2025's alleged rematch, the more it starts feeling like a long, twisted power struggle between fame, pride, and fear. And get this. An ex-security guard from the Harper's event recently came forward claiming that a private incident report was filed that night, naming both rappers but never released to the public. He said, "If that report ever leaks, people are going to see who threw the first hit." But here's the kicker. That document may have just resurfaced. A new leak circulating online is claiming to contain details from that missing report. And if it's real, it might expose who was truly behind the chaos. Stay with me, cousins, because what's in that document could rewrite everything we thought we knew about that night. Cousins, hold on tight, because this is where the story takes a shocking turn. The so-called Harper's Bazaar incident report has allegedly leaked, and what's inside might change hip-hop history forever. The document, first posted on Reddit and later shared by a pop culture page on X, was reportedly written by one of the event's security supervisors. In it, the guard describes how 2 high-profile female guests engaged in a verbal confrontation that escalated when one attempted to lunge across a table. The line that shook the internet, though, read, "Subject B was restrained, fell, and sustained a forehead contusion. Physical contact from a third party confirmed." Fans quickly decoded Subject B as Cardi B and the third party as Raw Ali. But the kicker? The report's timeline suggests that Cardi may have never thrown a shoe at Nicki first, contradicting the narrative that's been pushed for years. It claims the shoe was thrown after she was hit, meaning that infamous red heel might have been self-defense, not an attack. As soon as the leak went viral, everyone had an opinion. Hashtags like "Justice for Cardi" and "Rahali lied" trended for hours. One tweet that blew up read, "Cardi wasn't wilding, she was reacting after being jumped. They played her all these years." Another said, "So Nicki's team started it and covered it up? Harper's Bazaar owes us the truth." But Nicki Minaj's fans weren't staying quiet. Barbs came swinging with receipts of their own. A resurfaced Queen radio clip appeared to show Nicki saying, "I got the footage, don't make me drop it." That old quote took on new meaning now. Was she bluffing back then? Or was she sitting on real evidence that the industry never wanted released? That's when things got even messier. A Twitter user claiming to be a former publicist for the event dropped a voice memo that she said was from a frantic Cardi moments after the fight. The audio is muffled, but you can clearly hear a woman shouting, "They touched me first, they touched me first." The voice sounds eerily similar to Cardi's. Entertainment blogs exploded with the headline, "Leaked audio confirms Cardi B's side of the Harper's Bazaar brawl." But moments later, the post vanished. DMCA takedowns hit every platform. Someone powerful didn't want that clip out there. Then, out of nowhere, a private message allegedly from Ra Ali surfaced online. It appeared to show Ra admitting that she did swing but didn't mean to hit Cardi in the face. "I was just defending my sister," the message read. Fans noticed that the timestamp was from 2018, meaning this wasn't new, just hidden. Cardi's fans went wild. One even tweeted, "They've been gaslighting her for 7 years. Nicki and Ra made her look like a clown when she was the victim." But others weren't convinced. "It's fake," one user posted. "If it was real, TMZ would have paid millions for it already." But here's where the twist comes in, cousins. A journalist from the Shade Room hinted that they've seen undisclosed evidence related to the Harper's Bazaar fight that they were told never to post. She ended the tweet with, "It's bigger than y'all think." Within minutes, her post was deleted and her account was briefly suspended. Now, fans are connecting this silence to a deeper conspiracy, that both Cardi and Nicki's teams quietly agreed to a non-disclosure pact years ago, locking away the full story to protect brands, sponsors, and reputations. But if that's true, why did Cardi suddenly bring it up again in 2025? Did someone break the pact first? Sources close to Cardi say she felt betrayed after Nicki allegedly liked a shady post earlier this year referencing forehead karma. That one small action might have reignited the old wound, leading Cardi to speak out and triggering the leak that followed. Meanwhile, Nicki's response, or lack thereof, has people on edge. She hasn't directly addressed the leak, but her latest tweet said, "The truth don't need to scream." Fans are interpreting it as a veiled jab at Cardi. Others think she's trying to distance herself before more information drops. Cousins, it's not just about one fight anymore. It's about 7 years of hidden footage, deleted posts, industry silence, and the manipulation of a story that defined female rap beefs for an entire generation. And here's the scariest part. A rumor is spreading that the full Harper's Bazaar surveillance video still exists, and that it's been locked away in a private archive owned by the event's sponsors. Multiple insiders claim that if it ever leaks, the careers of at least 2 major names could be permanently damaged. Now, the internet waits. Will that video surface? Will someone finally expose the truth after all these years? Or will the mystery of that red shoe and that fateful night remain buried forever under NDAs and corporate silence? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. And when the next chapter drops, cousins, we'll be right here breaking it all down. So if you want the real tea, not the sugar-coated version, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, because the truth about Cardi, Nicki, and that night might be closer than anyone thinks.